morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for After GMS on this Tuesday. It is the 20th of July, if you can believe that. We're almost exactly halfway through the year.
I can't believe July is almost over. I mean,
Crazy.
it just started. We just had the 4th of July, and now we're in the 3rd week. It is crazy. School is right around the corner.
I know.
Football is right around the corner. That's one of our talkers today we're going to talk about in just a moment. Feeling a little like fall this morning, Christian, after all of that rain, all that mugginess. It feels nice, even if temporary.
I don't mind it. You know, we kind of give a little bit to get a little bit, right? So while we have all of that big deal rain over the last few days, golly, we've had enough of it. Now we just have clouds, and that'll help hold our temperatures back. So, you know, I guess this time of the year you give a little bit to get a little bit, right? So here's a live look over the Triad right now. Greensboro, Winston, High Point, and Burlington all under cloudy skies, but mostly dry, starting out in the 60s for most of us. Now, that cold front that brought the rain yesterday has actually been the culprit for all of this big deal rain and all of these training thunderstorms over the last few days. So this has been a slow mover, and even though it's past us, it's still causing us problems now. Stalled out down to our south. That will continue to keep the clouds around today, but then that front kind of washes out as we go into your Wednesday. That will allow high pressure to build in, more sunshine to take over. Of course, you know what that means this time of the year. More sunshine means more heating, more humidity. So we'll see a return to very typical July weather as we go into your Wednesday. So here's how I think we stack out today. I don't expect us to see a whole lot in the way of rainfall or really measurable rainfall, I should say. Mostly cloudy skies. That'll help hold our temperatures back into the low 80s for this afternoon. Then the occasional drizzle, maybe a stray shower. That's not out of the question, but I expect most of us to stay dry as we go into your as we go into your Tuesday afternoon. And then after that, the sunshine is back, as well as the heat and humidity going in through the rest of the week. We'll be back up to that 90-degree mark for the next few afternoons. We'll keep the rain chances in, but they will be very low. 20% chance for your Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Typical summertime stuff. And then, of course, the rain chances get a little bit better as we head into the weekend, but neither Saturday nor Sunday look like a washout to me at the moment.
50 birthdays celebrated, 2 wishes granted, and a priceless payout for the Triad community.
Oh, it is a big wish for our Tanya Rivera. She's celebrating her 50th birthday this week with something for you. She's live at Friendly Center giving back. So Tanya, tell us what's going on there.
Okay, so we just had yet another donation. Come on over here. We are starting to fill up our boxes, but you know what? There is always more space because we're filling up a whole truck today. What we're trying to do is raise 50,000 meals between food donations and monetary donations. That is my #1 wish, is to put food on the table. So Second Harvest Food Bank, they cover 18 counties in our viewing area. So if you're watching right now anywhere in our area, that means that your community, your city is being helped by Second Harvest Food Bank, and they're putting food on the table for folks. So that is wish #1, which is to put food on the table. Wish #2 is to spread joy. It's been a rough year, has it not? Like 2020 and 2021 have been like roller coaster. We've dealt with all kinds of things that we've never dealt with before. So my second wish is to spread joy, which means I just want you to come and get something because you can, right? So what you do is you come and you spin the prize wheel. And I love it because people have been like looking at it. It's like Wheel of Fortune, it's like Price of Right. They're like all excited about it. And all of these local businesses, this is another part of the story. All these local businesses have given prizes so that you can take home something for yourself, or maybe even share it with somebody else as well. But what's great about this is, you know, businesses, they had a hard time too trying to get through 2020 and part of 2021. So when you get the gift card there, that means that you go to their business and maybe they haven't seen your face in a really long time. So this is kind of a win-win for everyone. So #1, everyone deserves to eat. #2, let's spread some joy. Hey, if you're at home and you're like, I really would like to help you out and I'd like to donate here, but I just don't want to get out of the house, or I can't get out of the house for what's going on today, you can donate online. So we've got a link set up, and it's even got my little bobblehead like action figure on it. And we're trying to raise $6,600, and that's going to help us get to our 50,000 meals. So that's in the 2 Wants to Know section, it's in the local section, it's even in the Tanya's 2 Wishes section there on our website, so that we hope that you will check it out. We're going to be here at the Harris Teeter at Friendly Shopping Center until 6 o'clock tonight.
I love when Tanya has her 2 ponytails in. That means she's working hard, y'all. And she is working for those donations.
Yes.
I love it. I always say, she looks like the lady from Wendy's. You know.
2 ponytails for 2 special wishes she is granting today.
Is all
Love it.
on it.
Yes.
All right, so our first conversation, I hope you enjoy it because this is a talker. The world's richest person, Christian?
No, it's not me.
Christian Morgan?
It's not me.
Okay.
Did we
Just
miss
one.
something?
The world's richest person is ready for a historic flight. Amazon's Jeff Bezos will blast off aboard his rocket Blue Origin at 9 this morning. So I'm going to tell you more about it, but think about this and put a comment in the comment section. What would you bring to space with you? Think about it and let us know. So the ride will last roughly 10 minutes. Not long, right? Well, unless you're up there. After launch and separation, Bezos and the 3 others aboard will reach roughly 66 miles above Earth. The group will float in microgravity for a few minutes before parachutes and thruster rockets land the capsule back in the deserts of West Texas. Everything is automated. So this morning, if you were on that trip or on a future trip, what would you bring with you?
I asked the question on my Facebook page, but I wanted to make it a little harder than having everybody say they would bring their spouse or their child, right? So I asked you what item you would bring, not person. Charlene said a few good books. That's a good one. Bobby said cell phone. Charlene said, God put me on this earth and I'm going to stay where he put me, so no item for her. Shannon said good music, and I saw a couple other comments about the Bible and various items. So yeah, people have really thought about this. I would probably bring a photo album of my family.
Yeah.
You know, my first instinct would have been cell phone, but cell phones don't work in space. Actually, the ISS has special phones and computers that are specifically equipped for the signals and everything up there to transmit back to Earth, and it can take some time. There's a big delay with how those messages are transmitted.
Right, but you could still use it offline.
You could.
And you could go through your pictures, you can play
true.
some games, as long as it's charged. It's only a 10-minute flight.
Yeah.
So you could.
What about the charging
Think about
situation? The outlet situation is up there. I don't know.
No, well, I mean, charge it before you go.
Yeah.
Are you going to have the opportunity to take good pictures? Because if so, take a good camera with
You
you.
have to have a camera.
Trying to think what would be useful in that time span while you're there.
I would bring a Snickers.
That's so random.
I mean,
Snickers,
I would
okay.
need something to make sure that I was full for the trip, and also, I don't want to have to rely on whatever food is provided, right?
none of
But
that
it's
space
again,
food.
I don't think it's long enough for you to really get hungry. However, on this flight, you're probably on the rocket for like at least 6 hours before launch, prepping everything. So yeah, you can get hungry.
Yeah, well, Bobby agrees. He would bring a big container of assorted M&Ms.
See? Bobby,
So
we're here.
you guys should go to space
like
together.
I like that.
Joanne said her Bible, the Word of God. Vanessa also would take her Bible. Isaac said he's never been to space and maybe doesn't plan on going.
Well, the good thing is most of us haven't. So
Yeah.
except for the billionaires who are really just taking over the space market right now. By the way, did you guys hear this? The person who originally won the seat at auction canceled, right? So now an 18-year-old is going.
Yeah.
And his dad bid millions of dollars for this space flight. So there's only
Hey, whiz.
Yes. I mean, there's only a few people who are going, right? And an 18-year-old with a very rich father is among them.
Wow.
10-minute flight.
10-minute flight. However, the point of space tourism is
Education?
for education and for people to eventually pay to go.
Yeah.
Obviously for now it's just a higher category of higher income individuals, but eventually, and I think both Jeff Bezos and Richard Branson have talked about this, they'd like to expand the eligibility pool, make it more affordable, provide scholarships for people to go to space, to diversify the people who are able to experience this once in a lifetime thrill.
Yeah, I mean, the price would have to be so low.
Yeah.
And I don't know that it's ever going to get there
Yeah.
So
in my lifetime.
Out of this, what do you get? Just the bragging rights that, hey, I was on that first initial flight, and you have that.
Your name
to
is
hold
written
on to?
down in history.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And, for some people, that's enough, to say, hey, listen, this is my claim to fame. And who knows, you can make a career out of that. I mean, Jeff Bezos already has one. Also aboard this flight is a woman who trained on original space missions, but was never able to go to space. So now she gets to fulfill that dream, along with this 18-year-old who now is probably going to be the coolest freshman on campus.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Dude,
but you
your
mentioned
dad's
Wally
awesome.
Funk. That's amazing. She's 82 years old now. She was supposed to go on board an all-women's flight back in the 1960s. That got scrapped, and so she's been training aviators for her entire career. Finally gets to make her space wish come true today.
So
pretty neat.
exciting. What were
Yeah.
you going to say, Christian?
Sorry, my IFB cut out. What did you say?
Oh, I thought you were saying something too at the time.
Oh,
No.
I don't know. I forgot.
You're
I'm
like
sorry.
me. It goes in,
Sorry.
it goes out.
We just all got engrossed in the conversation.
That's right. I was over here checking the comments. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, so we got a couple more on my page too. Joy said her Kindle she would bring, a few more cell phones. Connie would bring a picture of her family. Brittany would bring the stuffed animal she's had since birth, named Fafa. Sharon would bring her crocheting and knitting. And then a lot of other people agree with Christian and would bring a good camera.
Yeah, a camera would be important.
Just to document.
Yeah, just to have the experience, you can relive it over and over and over again.
Right.
Especially since you're probably only going to do it once at that price.
At that
tag.
price tag, absolutely.
Take a
Or
space
never.
selfie. Make it count.
Yeah.
All right, this is a fun first talker, by the way. The launch is this morning. CBS is going to have coverage starting at 9 o'clock.
All right, can't wait to see it. Prayers for everyone aboard. We wish you a safe flight and a safe trip back home.
Absolutely. Let's get to our next talker now. Almost football season, y'all. We are just hours away from what has become a really big opportunity for fans to experience the Panthers firsthand. The experience. Tickets for Fan Fest at Bank of America Stadium go on sale this morning at 10. So Panthers fans, we want to know, what are you most looking forward to this season? If you're not a Panthers fan, let us know what most excites you about the upcoming football season. Drop a comment here while we give you a preview of what's in store. All right, we'll start with Fan Fest. It is August 6th. As we said, tickets go on sale today at 10. Festivities include practice on the Bank of America field and performances by Sir Purr, the Percussions, and the Black and Blue Crew. Then the fun wraps up with fireworks and a laser show, and the following week is the preseason game against the Indianapolis Colts. The first official game is August 21st against the Baltimore Ravens. All right, back to our question. What are you most excited about this football season?
All right, let's see. I don't know if I'm just excited for the Panthers or for the NFL as a whole, only because they have some new rules in place, right? These numbered jerseys, which is sending everybody into a state of confusion. I think that's going to play a factor into, who's my receiver? I think that could be interesting.
Yeah.
It's also a longer season this year. Normally it's like 12, maybe 13 games. This year it's 16. So I'm not necessarily looking forward to the injury report, but
Right.
I am looking forward to seeing more football and seeing if that has any consequence to who makes it into the conference tournaments and the championships and things like that. But as for the Panthers, there's a lot to prove, right? I mean, not the best season last year. They have everywhere to go, including up. So we're hoping that they kind of blast off like Bezos and bring home some wins.
That's what we
Can
hope
only
for.
go up. What'd you say, Christian?
So that's what we hope for. And I think, we talked about this on the show earlier about how having fans and having people in the stands and having some of this stuff come back really does make a difference for those players. Getting that adrenaline rush, a lot of that's fueled by fans and things that are going on outside of the actual football game on the field itself.
Yeah. Just being in that environment, as Christian was saying, is probably going to be completely different since there was none of that last year.
Yeah.
You couldn't even really go to the local hangout spots or the restaurants to watch it with your friends. Everything was still kind of, or really scaled back then.
And for many people, that was devastating. I mean, we talked about this a little bit on the Good Morning Show. Sports and watching sports are a reprieve for people. They're a distraction from some of the challenges of everyday life. And so to either be deprived of sports last year or see them scaled back in such a significant way was really difficult. So hopefully this year, as everything's opening back up, well, some precautions are still in place, of course, because we are still in a pandemic. I'm sure everybody's ready, fans and players alike, for that energy to be back, that passion, the cheering.
Yeah.
And as we said, the Panthers can only go up from here.
Yeah.
You know, year 2 with a new coach, some of the
And a new QB.
yes, and some of the rookies last year have now some experience under their belt.
Or are gone.
Or are gone. Fresh slate.
It's like a whole new team.
Yes.
You know, and it's the whole game day experience too, whether or not you're actually at the game or whether you're at home. You know, it's the pregame, it's the postgame, it's everything that goes along with game day. You don't have to be at the actual game to get all of those game day experiences. You know, people do cookouts and invite people over to their homes and they cook and all that kind of stuff without even just going to the game. But you also have to think about the impact on restaurants. You know, you think about Charlotte and the surrounding community. All of the pregame and all the postgame activities and everybody that comes to town on game day, all of that's really gonna make a huge difference this year.
Oh yeah. I mean, just the excitement, you know, driving down to the game and, you know, families experiencing that again. And I don't know if they're going to be able to get football like they have done in the past. I don't know what the protocol is for that because, you know, everything has to change. Hopefully they still are able to do that. But I just always, that's like my favorite part of going to the games is watching, you know, how generous the Panthers have always been to kids. Whether it's, you know, taking a child who is a Make-A-Wish recipient or a child that's, you know, just rung the bell at Levine Children's Hospital and is now cancer free. I mean, they give so much back to not only just everyone in the community, but to kids especially. It's the best part of the game for me.
Yeah.
Love it.
And a lot of the players have their own foundations and such as well. So they do incredible work giving back to their communities. So Jason is really looking forward to being back in the stands without a mask and cheering with a full stand. Let's see, Bobby's excited about the return of fans in the stadium as well. Joanne is excited about just watching the Panthers on TV in the comfort of her family room. She calls it armchair coaching. That's a good one. We heard from Dana, who's looking forward to hanging out in Uptown Charlotte during the season this year. She said she refuses to go to a Falcons game, even though she currently lives in Atlanta, so she is loyal to a T.
That's funny.
And then Walter said he's 54 and have only been to one game in his life. Maybe this is your year to go again, Walter.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
All
awesome.
right.
Yeah.
A lot at stake for the Panthers this year too.
As in?
Well, as in, like you said, we want to win, right?
Oh, yeah.
We need to win. Big rebuilding year last year, so let's see how that carries over to a new season.
Yeah.
I think they had 5 wins last year. Art said, I just hope the Panthers win more games than they did last season.
Or, you know, don't blow it in the end. You know, that's what hurts the most. It's like they're winning, they're chugging, they're going, they're winning. And then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, exactly. And it's always in that second half, that fourth quarter, you know.
Get out there and give them a piece of your mind, Tracy.
No, they told me
go.
I can never go to a game again. They're like, you know what, you're too competitive. Get off the field, McCain. We don't need you.
You know, they've called them since long ago the cardiac cats for a reason, because sometimes they give you some heart palpitations while you're watching them because they will be winning, then they'll be losing, and then it's like the last quarter or the last few seconds of the game, and either they score big or they
Lose big.
Lose big, yeah.
Terrible. Let's do better. Okay,
Yes.
not that any of
Let's
us
do
are
better.
out there playing.
Yeah, Jason Kidd says keep CMC Christian McCaffrey healthy. That is a priority.
Well, another CM, Christian Morgan. Haha, CMO. That's what we'll call you.
CMO?
CMO.
Okay.
Carbon monoxide.
No, not that. Not
Wait,
that.
what is that's not the that's not on the hydraulic scale. What is I mean the what is carbon monoxide on that? Anyway, we'll call you CMO. The periodic table.
The periodic table.
Yeah, I'm like the hydraulic. No, periodic
I
table.
thought that might be where you were going with that,
Yeah.
but I wasn't sure.
I was.
Okay.
I was going there, but I don't remember what carbon monoxide is. But we're going to call you CMO.
Okay.
Because I'm not a science person. I'm not at all.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's
But he
what
is.
I'm here for.
That's right.
That's what I'm here for. No CMC, just CMO here. All right, I'll tell you this. Rainfall, the big deal that we've had over the last few weeks, or last few days, I should say, it's gone. That's the good news. Now, what we're left with is the cloud cover today. We'll take the cloud cover in return for some cooler temperatures, some occasional drizzle, maybe a stray shower. That's not out of the question. But I think most of us stay dry today. Of course, going into your Wednesday, though, the sunshine does come back. Of course, with the sunshine, as does the heat and humidity as well. We're back into the upper 80s tomorrow, closing in on that 90-degree mark over the next few days, and we'll keep the rain chance low, although we'll at least keep a chance in. That's that 20%, of course, very typical for summertime in July here in North Carolina. That continues into the weekend. Rain chances go up a little bit over Saturday and Sunday, but neither of those days look like a washout, so it's just back to typical summertime stuff after today, guys.
Sorry, I'm laughing at these comments. Hilarious. Jason said CMO sounds like a bad boy band name. It's great. I think it's great. I have to look this way apparently. Oh, no, I'm looking this way. Okay. And Dana said CO is carbon monoxide.
That's right.
Yes. And
That's
if I had only
periodic
known
table,
that.
Tracy.
Yes.
Chemical
Listen,
compound, yeah.
we are not going to worry about science right now. We're just going to make you laugh.
That's what we're here for.
And that's what we're here
I
for.
have to worry about the science. It's my job.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. You
Sorry.
do. It's okay. But thank God we have educators on the feed to help us out.
All right, let's wrap it up here. It's 8:06. We appreciate you spending part of your morning here with us here on After GMS.
Yes. We'll see you here tomorrow. Take care.
See you.